You're listening to Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes, the podcast where whiskey, cigars, and beard products aren't just a hobby, they're a lifestyle. Hosted by Adam, Paul, and Jerry, three guys with real experience, full beards, and even fuller glasses. Each episode serves up thoughtful tastings, laid-back cigar talk, and honest takes on beard gear and beyond. From top-shelf pours to everyday essentials, this is the place where conversations flow as smooth as the whiskey. So, pour a glass, light one up, and enjoy the ride. This is Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes.
Welcome to Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes. I'm Adam.
And I'm Paul.
And I'm Jerry.
And today we don't necessarily have a normal style review. We've got some blinds that Jerry sent out to us. So, we're poured up on the first one. We're going to take a backseat to Jerry here, let him guide us through this situation. So, Jerry, take it away.
Yeah, so like we've been talking about, we're sending some blinds out, and this has a theme to it. See if you guys can get it. Don't really want to give mash bills or anything out yet, but that'll be all at the end once we drink through them, kind of give our little notes on it, see which ones we like best and not, and then at the end we'll rank them, and then I'll reveal which one's which. So if you guys wanted to get into the first one, and there's a reason that they're numbered 0 through 3, which at the end will make sense, which I can't say now because it might give something away. But
okay,
the nose is herbal. I get a lot of herbal notes.
I was going to say floral.
Yeah, definite. That punches you. So I'm thinking this is at least a high-rye, if not a rye.
Same. I'm getting a little bit of citrus on it too.
Yeah, no
which
sweet.
leads me to believe it might be a rye as opposed to a high rye.
Mm-hmm. No sweetness on the nose.
I get a little bit of like a cherry, but it's not like a sweet cherry. It's just like maybe like a dry cherry.
I get some sweetness on the palate though.
Oh yeah,
like marshmallow, brown sugar. Like there's a, but that herbal rye spice
there.
That carries through. This is definitely
I get big red chewing gum.
Yeah, there's a little fruitiness on there, and that rye cinnamon spice, comes through from the rye, I should say. I'd say this is a high rye bourbon for now. That's my initial.
I've been hitting that cigar, and I am a little bit under the weather. I've been fighting a sore throat for the past couple of days. It's transformed into a lovely sinus ordeal. So that being the case, I took a drink of water here, and I'm gonna try it again, see what happens. Okay. And my palate's cleansed. Got that cigar off of my palate and see what's what.
On the finish, I get like this smoky oak note on it.
I'd say it's probably in the 110 range, I'm guessing.
I could get behind that proof for sure. I think this might be I could see it being high rye bourbon, but I could also see it being like a double barreled rye.
Yeah. We're gonna feel really stupid if this is just like corn. Because there's in my mind it's very minimum a high rye bourbon, but this could be a straight rye that's got some age to it and it's getting some sweetness from the barrel.
Congratulations, you played yourself. It's mellow corn.
Yeah, right.
I think
it's mellow corn.
They're all mellow corn.
I think it's a rye whiskey. Honestly, that's. I mean, I've been wrong before. You can ask my wife, but I think it is. That's what I'm going with. So I'm actually gonna type out some notes here. Go with 0. There we go. I'm just going to keep track of what I think it is, whether it's a bourbon or a rye or what have you. Because I don't remember everything else that we said.
Yeah,
funnily enough, I know that people don't want to hear me talking about my burps, but that's okay. I just burped, and what I tasted when I did was Big Red soda. You guys remember that, like the bubblegum style, whatever the fuck? It was disgusting, but that's what I tasted. Didn't taste disgusting right now, but anyway.
So I'm on to one, sample number one, moving on from 0, and I would say they're the same whiskey on nose. The nose is super similar, so I think he's probably, so far I'm guessing this is probably the same distiller or distillery for 0 and 1, because the nose is almost identical. You get the herbal rye spice. And
I get a little bit more orange citrusy on this one.
Yeah, the citrus is there, but no sweetness on the nose whatsoever.
Same. I get a little bit of that savory that I pick up sometimes on that one, on 1. I didn't get that on 0 at all.
So the citrus really pops.
Yeah.
On the palate on this one to me. Like almost orange and lemon.
Definitely orange.
Which makes me think it's probably a rye, because the only time I ever get lemon notes is from rye.
Oh, that one I'm 100% sold on being a rye. Now, if I am going to feel really stupid if I guess rye on all of these, and then Jerry's like bourbon. I'm like, well, fuck, I just need a new tongue. But this one's a lower proof, I feel like.
I agree.
About 93, 95, something like that.
Yep.
And it's very enjoyable, even to somebody like me that likes a higher proof whiskey. Unfortunately, there's not enough high proof rye whiskeys out there on the market to, really satisfy me. So I have to find a way to enjoy the lower proof anyway, which is not really that hard. I love a good rye whiskey. But I like this very much. The legs on it they're there, but they're thin compared to the first one. Very tasty.
Yes. Yeah, both of these I'd buy.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Clearly Jerry would too, because he did. Okay, we're on to 2 now, so let me get that poured up. Now, Jerry, my question to you is, would you like to go back through all of these? Because we're flying through this. I mean, we've been doing this.
That's up to you guys. I have my notes that I've taken. I've had these bottles for some time. So
I was thinking we could go back and give our opinions paired with the cigar that we're smoking.
Yeah, that's fine. Figure we do a quick run through, say our little notes or whatever. You guys could run through it again. Obviously, I'm not smoking. I've already had 2.5 cigars earlier at the cigar festival. I'm not smoking another one.
I don't blame you.
So yeah, if you guys want to run back through them after we go through with the cigar.
There's not as much citrus on this one. There's more of that savory note for me. Which I still think is fucking weird. Like, something's wrong with my face that I pick up the scent of, the savory note of spaghetti sauce and whiskey from time to time. I don't know what the hell.
No, I get it. I get there's like a cured meat or something.
Yeah. I'm glad I've got a 90% blockage on my left side here. I've got a deviated septum, so I'm glad you picked that up too. And it's not just me. Yeah. I mean, it's like the not the savory, but the cured meat aspect is like the scent that's left in a bag of beef jerky after the jerky's all gone. I think that one's a bourbon.
Yeah, that one's real sweet. The finish is like powdered sugar sweet.
Yeah. I'm not picking up any citrus on that. Some leather. Is that brown sugar, that powdered sugar? Certainly, like the. Now I'll tell you what it is. Cowtails, or the goots, or whatever the hell you call them. You know, that's what I'm picking up there. Is that powdered sugar in the middle of a caramel, which is just a fantastic flavor, by the way. If y'all don't know anything about cowtails or those little Goots candies out there, you can hear my voice. Find out. You'll thank me. You'll get fat, but you'll thank me.
I'd say that's probably right around 100 proof. Maybe a little lower.
I'd say between 95 and 100, somewhere in there. I mean, it might have to jump up, off the couch to get to 100, but it's not too far south of it, if at all. It's certainly enjoyable, but yeah, probably between 95 and 100. It might be right at 100. You might be right. And then number 3, I think I'm back to a rye. Or a high-rye bourbon. Certainly higher rye than number 2.
Yeah. It's faint, though. I don't get much off this nose.
You got to
let them sit in 4 different glasses, what I should have done.
Swirl that bitch around and stick your nose way down in that glass.
Yeah, I mean, it's a similar nose to Zero, where it's herbal and citrus, but it's so much more faint. Like, it's not like Zero popped out of the glass. This one, I gotta go find it.
Oh yeah, but the flavor is there for sure. That nose it belies the flavor. The flavor is definitely there. Wow.
That was good. That's oily. I get fresh orange.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to run back through these, but that one might be my favorite so far.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that one's my favorite out of these 4. What do you guys think the proof is on the first go around?
I think it's low. I'm gonna say 90.
No, I'm gonna say 108. I'm gonna say I think it's a little. I think that one's sneaky. Yeah, I think that one's sneaky.
And you both said either rye or high-rye bourbon?
I think that one's a rye whiskey.
I think the only one that's a bourbon is number 2. I think the other 3 are all rye. The first one may be a high-rye bourbon. I got to go back through it because I was just getting so much sweet notes off of it that kind of was tricking me. But I think 1 and 3 are ryes.
Same.
Definitely. Like 1 and 3, I think definitely are ryes. 0, I'm confused about. 2, I think is a bourbon.
I think 0, if it is a bourbon, it's got enough rye in it that it could, it's causing that. But I think that's a rye whiskey that's picked up sweetness from the barrel, personally. All right. Well,
going back to the first, 0, the first one on the nose, maple's popping out now.
Well, let me see.
Along with that herbally, citrusy note that we're all getting.
Well, I got to get relit so I can test it out with my cigar.
What are you guys smoking?
So before we started recording, you guys heard me. I bought a cigar the other day called it's called the Cross Steppers or Up Steppers Django, and I did not realize it was some kind of herbally infused Jamaican and Nicaraguan cigar. And when I pulled the wrapper off, it wasn't an unpleasant smell off the unlit cigar. It just wasn't what I was in the mood for right now. So I ran back inside and I just grabbed, this is one from one of those, 20 pack for $30 or whatever from Famous Cigar, JR Cigar. It's a Carlos Torano. I don't even know where it's probably just one of those, it's just a generic 20 pack for $30 type of cigars. Pretty good though. Box press. It's burning great draw. So sometimes you can find some winners in those sample packs.
I'm smoking, I'm assuming one of y'all sent this to me and I'm not entirely sure who, but it's a La Palina, Nicaragua. The Connecticut Toro. Y'all can see this here. It's got a nice, simple little band on it. It's got some, floral bullshit here on the back. I say bullshit in the kindest sense of the word because I don't know another way to describe that there, but it's a very simple band, very simple design, which I very much appreciate. I'm not one for fuss. I'm somewhat of a minimalist, despite all this bourbon that's sitting behind me. Until I got married and had kids, I was the guy with the TV and a mattress on the floor in my apartment, and nothing else. I was one step away from eating my food off of a Frisbee. So, and I'm a pretty simple guy. So simplicity catches my eye. So I don't know which one of you guys sent it to me. It's very medium. And generally I like, stronger flavors, but this is actually a really good cigar for a middle of the road, medium cigar. So, great job to La Palina. This is great. And it'll complement all these very well, I have a feeling, because, looking at all these, none of them are light colored whiskeys. And of course, we found out through happy accident that balance works best in these situations. So if you've got a dark color, strong flavored whiskey, you want a lighter cigar. And I have a feeling it's going to, and if I'm right and these are rye, then I already know it's going to work out because I've never had a bad pairing with a rye whiskey. I believe that, I firmly believe that just about any cigar will go well with a rye whiskey. So I know that they go well with rye old fashions because I've had many cigars drinking many rye old fashions, and it's damn near the perfect pairing. So just throwing that out there for anybody that really wants to know.
All right. Jerry, you're not smoking now, but you did hit the Ybor City Cigar Fest today. What did you smoke today while you're there?
So I started out by hitting up our buddies over at Monte de Leon. They had their tent there, so I picked up their, what is it called? Since 1775. They're the one that they put out for the Marines. That one was a nice medium body, good flavor, good pepper, a little bit of pepperness. I want to say there was a little bit of cocoa or chocolate in there. It was a nice, solid medium body cigar. The next one that I enjoyed was from Karen Berger. It was their, if I remember correctly, their Nicaraguan Maduro blend. That was pretty good too. Little nutty, chocolatey notes in that one. That was a good one. And then there was a third one that I did not finish, so I will not disclose of a name because there's no reason to. But needless to say, I didn't grab one for you guys. But those two, obviously, we like Monte de Leon. We've had them on. Karen Berger, I picked up that one, and then I picked up another one. called K-Fire, I think it was called. It looked cool. I should have brought it out so I could pull the label out, but it looked pretty cool, so I decided to grab it because of the label. Just haven't had their cigars before, so figured I'd try it. But yeah, it was cool. There was a bunch of vendors. Jacob from Bain Blends was there, had his table, sold a shit ton of beard oils.
Good dude. We like Jacob.
Everything. Like I was sitting with him for a while, and people were just coming up, even without beards, to check out his retinol creams and vegan creams and all that other non-beard stuff that he has, and a bunch of people buying it. The beard oils, ton of different companies. I've
been using the hell out of that salve.
Yeah,
on my eczema.
That shit's amazing.
It really is. But I mean, this eczema, it's like it's fucking alive, man. If I forget to use it for a night, that shit comes back with a fucking vengeance. But it, it's nice to, not feel like I'm a fucking reptile on the bottom of my feet. I know it's fucking disgusting to hear about. I feel gross talking about it, but it's true. So I feel like, like I'm about to turn into the fucking lizard and fight Spider-Man because it's gross. So it's great. I love it. And I'll be buying a jar very soon for my daughter to use. Luckily, her eczema outbreaks are very few and far between, but I assume that as she moves further into puberty, it'll become more and more common. So I'll be getting her a jar for herself here very soon. It's good stuff.
Yeah, so I talked to Lure Cigars or Lure Cigars, depending on where you're from and how you say it, the L-U-R-E, which you put on the end of a fishing pole and you throw out there.
That's a lure.
I say lure. Some people say lures, whatever. I talked to them. Rebellion Cigars, they're from the UK, if I remember correctly. So I picked up a couple of theirs. I believe this one, Americo Cigars, is David Ortiz, Big Poppy's basically brand. I guess his... I can't remember. The guy that was working there is related to him somehow, and he's... Big Poppy is basically the face of the brand, so I grabbed a stick from them. I told him, you go. I basically walked away at first, and he's like, "You're a Yankee fan." I go, "Yep." He goes, "These will sell. I'll sell you on these cigars." I was like, "All right." And then,
did you tell him you can sell me on these cigars if we can get David on the fucking show?
Probably work on that one. And then this company already said they'd come on. I told them I'd contact them this weekend or sometime this week with some dates. Carolina Blue, out of obviously Carolina. They have I don't remember if it's a Honduran or a Dominican Republic line and then a Nicaraguan line. So I grabbed 3 of their basically mainstay, like their first cigar. And I'll get you guys those cigars out when I send you guys a package here soon. I haven't tried them, but they had a bunch of people around and they seem to be selling the shit out of cigars. So I was like, all right, we'll try them. And then have you guys heard of League of Fat Bastards?
Oh yeah.
The guys that do stuff for men's mental health, they were there. So I stopped by, grabbed a cigar from them, and they also do the LOFB. I don't know how much that's going to come through. They got non-alcoholic beer. And I tried it. Honestly, it's pretty fucking good. Like,
okay.
I tried both the hazy IPA and the golden lager, I guess that is. I'm not a big lager fan, but I do like IPAs. And honestly, you wouldn't be able to tell that there's no alcohol in that IPA.
Speaking of the cans, reminded me, Sarah, picked up some sodas. At the Dollar Tree. She fucking loves the Dollar Tree. I don't know about your guys' wives, but she loves it. So anyway, she found these sodas in there. It's a veteran-owned company. I haven't tried them. Not scared to, I was. And then Sarah brought home some, I I don't remember what it was, honestly, but she brought home something from the Dollar Tree, a frozen something, maybe burritos, and I tried it, and I was like, okay, well, this is okay, so I'll try everything else that she brings home. I just haven't tried it because I forgot they were in there, but if they're any count, I will pick some up and send some your guys' way and let you guys try them, and I'm open to getting a soda company on here, veteran-owned soda company. But are those do they have some type of wide distribution for those non-alcoholic beers? 'Cause I got some friends and some family that drink non-alcoholic beer exclusively, and if so,
I didn't talk to him about outside of Florida just because
okay.
I obviously live in Florida. He was talking about partnering up, or not partnering up, basically getting inside of Total Wines. So he said he'd be in Total Wine soon around here. So I'd imagine, I don't know how Total Wine works. I'd imagine once you're in one store, you're basically in all of them. I could be completely wrong. And then a few smaller local liquor stores around here. So yeah, he said he's working on Total Wine right now. So I don't know how that works with if it's you're in one store, you're in all of them, or what. But
Yeah, I think it pretty much is. I mean, you gotta meet volume demands, I'm sure, but I think once you're in with Total Wine, you pretty much got run of every store that they have available. But that's a lot of stores, so that's pretty high volume.
I will say I know the three of us have had the non-alcoholic whiskeys or rums or whatever the bullshit.
Oh God!
And I've tried a few different brands, and they're all pretty terrible. I don't think I've had one non-alcoholic hard liquor that was good, but this beer was honestly pretty fucking good.
Well, you got to think about how they do. Like, non-alcoholic beer is a different situation. A fucking non-alcoholic liquor. When I worked with an unnamed distiller, he explained the process to me, and it's pretty much exactly what you would think, right? It's fucking make the whiskey and then remove the alcohol, and then after that, you make the and so it's gross. It's real gross. I recommend it to no one. If you like non-alcoholic liquids, stick with the non-alcoholic beers. I can't imagine that there's one, except maybe non-alcoholic vodka. I've never seen it. I'm sure it exists somewhere. That has to be okay. I mean, yeah, right. But vodka's distilled to have no taste. I would imagine that non-alcoholic vodka pretty much has the same situation. But non-alcoholic whiskey might be the most vile thing that's ever been put into a bottle.
Yeah, we've got a couple, and they're all. Somebody proved me wrong, but they're not even. They don't even resemble whiskey.
No.
Yeah, no.
And fucking Mead Man and Beer Boy. I know. I don't know if you guys hear this or not. I love you guys, but fuck you guys. That's all I can say.
But yeah, going back to the League of Fat Bastards real quick. 40% of net profits get donated to men's mental health organizations.
Oh, that's badass.
Oh wow,
so 40%. That's I'm guessing they're basically just breaking even, and the rest goes to a charity or an organization.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
I've heard of them. I've just never seen them around, which makes sense. He said he just got into Florida recently, so hopefully the cigar I picked up is pretty good. They got four different lines: Serie O, Serie L, Wingman, and then Skinny Bastard, and then different sizes in each one. So I don't remember which one. I think I picked up the Series L. I don't remember. I just asked him, which one do you like to smoke? And he said that one. I said, all right, I'll take it.
That's a good way to do it.
I was telling somebody, I was like, there hasn't been one cigar that I really didn't like. Like I'll smoke them. Like there's not one that I was like, oh, that's disgusting. I'll never smoke it again. The one that I put out today was just because it was the third one of the day, and I was just like, I'm done. Like, I don't need to go through this. I probably would have smoked through it on a normal day, but third one, trying to get ready to go, it started raining. That might have had something to do with it too. It started downpouring, and it didn't want to stay lit. But yeah, but I was like, there's no really cigar that I've ever been like, that's disgusting, I'll never touch it again. So I was like, if you like it, I'm sure it's good, I'll try it.
Yeah. Well, guys, I have to steer the conversation back to these whiskeys with the cigars because I've gotten into a stupor. I've drank a lot of whiskey in a very short period of time, so I'm starting to feel it. So, Paul, what are you thinking about number 0?
I still think it's a high-rye bourbon. I just went back to it again with the cigar. There's so much sweetness on it. It could be barrel influence, and it could be a rye, double barrel rye, something like that. But I'm going to say high-rye bourbon, 110 proof, and very good.
Yeah, I'm still going with the rye. On that one with the cigar, I'm getting coffee and s'more, and heavy cocoa, and I really, 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 really like it. I haven't gotten a 3 yet, which was my favorite initially. If it's my favorite with the cigar, then it's clearly going to be my favorite. But those are the notes that I'm picking up with the cigar, which I really appreciate. Coffee and s'more is a combination in real life that I've never tried, and I'm damn sure going to real soon. You can bet on that, because it tastes that what I'm imagining it to taste like is it can only be fantastic. That's just what I think. So.
Moving over to 1. I think this is a rye. I still think it's like 94, 95 proof. I like this one better than 0 because there's a lot of citrus notes still in here, even with going from the cigar to the whiskey. So if we're restarting, so far this is my number 1 over 0. But I'm gonna get down to 3, which I originally liked the most. So we'll see.
Yeah, with number 1 in cigar, all I got was espresso, which is totally different flavor profile from coffee, obviously, right? They're in the same family. They're caffeinated liquids made from coffee beans or whatever the fuck. But I do enjoy espresso in a totally different way than I do coffee, right? I think most people do. You drink it in a teeny tiny cup. That's kind of the fun of it. Pretend like you're Italian for a moment, drink it out of that little son of a bitch, and sip on that, because if you shoot that motherfucker, you're gonna be caffeine drunk, which is, it's real close to the same as being high on meth, and I should know. I've done a lot of meth, many years ago, many years ago, but it for a much shorter period of time, obviously. But I enjoy espresso, so I really liked it. I thought it was a good pairing, but still not quite my favorite. I've gotten back to 3, but I failed to smoke it with a cigar. I had to take a big drink of it by itself because I enjoyed it so much. Again, I'm blown away by how small the nose is on 3, but how big the flavor profile is. It's really baffling that it could be like that, but it is really good. So, Paul, do you want to move on to 2 while I step on to 3 with this cigar?
Yeah, I just finished sipping on 2. Even with the cigar, I still get that savory note on the nose and carries through a little bit on the palate. Super sweet finish though, which still makes me think that it's not as sweet as without. the cigar. It brings in some darker, I don't want to say chocolate, but it turns that like powdered sugar sweetness into a darker sweetness. But I still get so much sweetness that I don't think this one is a rye. I think this one is bourbon. I think it's sub 100 proof. And if I like 3 the best, I think this one is 4th for me. Because I think I like, I think my order, if I jump to 3 and I liked it as much as I did before, I think my order is going to be 3, 2, 1, or 3, 1, 0, 2.
Well, to be fair, Paul, you know, Jerry and I knowing you the way we do, it has to be a fairly subpar rye whiskey or a fairly phenomenal bourbon for the bourbon to beat out the rye for your palate, you know. And I have moved, my needle has moved in that direction a lot in the years since I've met you, right? I mean, we've known each other for what, 6, 7 years now. And when we first met, I was all in on bourbon and I didn't give a fuck about rye. And then I discovered Old Forester rye and I didn't look back. But, you know, that being the case, I understand why you would think that and why you would feel that way. But in this particular grouping, if we're right, if number 2 is the only bourbon, potentially 0, but I still don't think it is. I still have to agree with you. I think number 2 is probably my least favorite out of all of them. And number 3 is still my favorite, especially with the cigar. I mean, it's really, there's a lot going on here. I gotta. I just saw the look on your face just now, so I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go ahead and gather my thoughts again on this.
It's just that orange, that citrus, even coming from the cigar. The cigar kind of helps bring some earthier, get a little bit of leather and some oak on it now that I didn't write down before. But that oily orange flavor just pops through. That it's just fantastic. So yeah, that's definitely 3's definitely my favorite. And now, in all honesty, when I first got these, I cracked them and took a little tiny swig, then not even in the Glen, just right out of the bottles when I got the package from Jerry. And my first initial thought was it reminded me of, a couple of them reminded me of RD1. And then I don't know why, just the notes that I get from some RD1 spirits. And then I sat down with them last night again, and I drank half the samples last night and took some notes. And 2 of them reminded me of some like notes I get off of Old Granddad, and so I started to convince myself that Jerry got the Old Granddad lineup, but I don't get that nuttiness that I would get from a Jim Beam.
You really think I would have got the Old Granddad lineup?
No, and I don't
like
get
the only thing from Jim Beam I don't like.
Yeah, and I don't get any of that nutty
there's
profile.
I would never
Just to kind of go on a little rant. Have you seen the new label that Jacob from Coming Whiskey? I think it was Jacob from Coming Whiskey dropped the other day about the Old Granddad.
Was it 12 year?
Shit, I probably should have brought it up before.
Because I know that the 7 years out, they have an older one now too. I didn't see that.
No, there's a 7 year. Maybe it was a 10 year.
Come on.
Or maybe I dreamed all that, but I would never confuse Old Granddad for rye whiskey. Never, ever. High-rye bourbon, sure, but there's no way. I don't think there's any way that you could confuse.
Single barrels. Okay, I'm all in.
Old Granddad 114
single barrel
at
Hell
7
yeah.
at 7 years old.
Hell yes. That's out of everything that Jim Beam produces, that is my favorite line. So, shit. Just a moment, guys. My daughters are beating on the door. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so
The autofocus does not want to work.
yeah, you got all blurry there for a minute.
I'm still blurry because the autofocus
bit.
doesn't want to work for whatever reason.
But yeah, no, these are the citrus notes I'm getting off of a few of these I really like. So my guess is that there's a lot of rye in all of these, except number 2, which number 2 just might be an off put. And I think they're all the same brand, because at 3 out of the 4, I'm getting a lot of the same notes from. So I think you might have went 4 expressions from the same brand and not just 4 random bottles, maybe, because I'm getting a lot of the same notes. So I was trying to think of what your theme would be, and you could have got 4 different brands that had the similar mash bills or something like that, but I'm getting such similar notes off of 2, if not 3 of them, that I kind of think they're all from the same distillery.
I was thinking maybe Sagamore, but
see, I don't get. I thought about that, but I don't get that orange note off the Sagamore.
Well, see, I do off of number 3, and so what I was picking up, you mentioned orange. What I'm getting, you know, those candy oranges. They're not the squishy with the sugar all over them, but like they're made for cocktails. They're like hard orange slices. You know what I'm talking about?
Orange slices. Is that what?
Yeah. So like if you took that and stuck it onto a s'more, which when you're thinking about it sounds fucking disgusting, but that's what I get.
I think it sounds good.
Okay. I mean, that's what I'm picking up from this whiskey, which makes me think that it might actually. The only reason I say it sounds disgusting is because those things are hard as fine. You could break a fucking window with those goddamn things. So, but you know, if you could get those before they were, you know, dry as fuck, it might be fucking fantastic on a s'more. If you could get them when they're chewy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of what I get from this with the cigar. Number 3 is still my favorite, 100%.
I'm definitely 3102. That's my order. I still like 2 a lot. It's just so much different than the other 3 for me that I like the other 3 better, because the other 3 are the ones that I get that orange note on all 3 of them. I get citrus. I get that herbalness. I don't get that as much on 2. It's more savory and sweet, and which is good, but I prefer the herbal, like, you know, citrus notes. And so 2 comes.
I would say
in this blind, 2 comes in last. It might win for me in another if it was up against some other bourbons or something. But for me, yeah, it's 3102.
I would say 3012. So we're real close, except 1 and 0 are transposed there. Mm-hmm. So 3012, or no, what did I say?
And
3012 for me.
And I think they're all between 90 and 110. I don't think there's any crazy high proofer in here that's drinking lower than its proof. And I don't think there's an 80 proofer in here that's drinking spicy. I agree with that. I think 1 was the highest proof. I think 3 was the lowest proof.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So,
Jerry, you want to tell us how completely wrong we are on all of these?
So before we go, 3 was my number 1. So obviously 3 won out. But I was 3120. So you guys like 0 more than I did. No, I'm not saying I didn't like. I like it. I like it a lot. It's just that's how mine was, 3120. Paul did get it on the head. It is all one distillery. Well, technically it's 2 distilleries basically blended together. They were all 100 proof.
Huh. Okay.
All 100 proof, and they were all the Chattanooga Founders editions.
Oh,
okay.
So the reason of 0, 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 is you have the 10th year, 11th year, 12th year, and 13th year. Hence the 0, 1, 2, 3.
And so with the Founders, is that the same mash bill for each one?
So with the 10th year, so number 0 is a 51% mash bill, or 51%, mash bill B002, which is yellow corn, hardwood smoked malted barley, either beech, mesquite, apple, or cherry, and then caramel malted barley and honey malted barley, which I am surprised that, like, you guys didn't pick up. I pick up a lot of smoke. Well, not a lot, but I pick up a good amount of smoke on this one. So you have a smoked what do they call it? A smoked high malt, 9% of their standard 91 mash bill, and then 40% of their 1861 or 1816, which is the MGP. Was at the 71, 74, 21, 4, 75, 21, 4, whatever that standard MGP mash bill is. So you have a smoked malt, their standard 91 barrel, and then that standard MGP for that one. For number 1, which is the 11th anniversary Founders Blend, is 50% 90. Their single barrel 91, 25% of that MGP, and then 25% of their Infinity Solera barrel, which they basically dump whatever into their Solera barrel, all their random like one-offs that they make and sell for like their experimental batches and all that stuff. They throw it in a Solera barrel with like the excess bottles that don't fit into a case. I guess they dump them in there. I don't know how they do it. So, and then, which is surprising that number 1 and 2, 0 and 1, the first two had such similar profiles, because number 1 didn't have an Infinity barrel. The other 3 did.
And not much rye in either one, right?
Yeah. 91 has, because they don't tell you the actual percentages, but I think 91 has malted rye. 91 has malted rye. B002 has no rye, and then the 1816 was that 21% rye, but it's 40% of it. So yeah, not much rye in that one. You could do the math. I'm not doing it.
Jerry said, "I'm not doing the fucking math for you, motherfucker."
So yeah, which one's 12? So 12. So number 2. 28% Infinity, 60% 91, and 12% MGP. And then number 3 was 19 Infinity, 58 91, and 23 MGP. So surprisingly, 2 and 3 being 10% off on the Infinity, 2% off on 91, and 10% off on the MGP. Tastes completely different.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, after this little experiment, Jerry, you have turned me around on the chat. I've got a bottle of chat upstairs that I very much enjoyed, but
I was trying to hide this open spot here this whole time, because that's where they sit. That's where they sit. I'm like, I turned at one point. And I was just like.
Yeah, no, you did a good job, and I'm very much looking forward to the experiment that we have with the new riff versus the chat with the collaboration series that they have there. To be honest, but and not that I've been I've not been a chat naysayer, but
you're not a malted fan.
Well, I mean, no, I'm not, but I'm not. That's mostly malted barley, malted rye. I actually do enjoy very much.
Rye, I love.
That's some really good stuff. But these, there's all of these are great. But that number 3, what was it again?
Number 3 was the Founders. No, that's the Founders 13th anniversary.
Yeah, that one's,
which is 19% of their Infinity barrel. 58% of their standard Chat 91, and 23% MGP.
Yeah, that one's fantastic.
Yeah, that one really was good. My favorite. I'm really looking forward to next year's release.
I'm gonna have to look into these.
$60, I think.
Yeah, so buy all.
Oh yeah.
Even two,
all day.
Even number 2 that I placed 4th in this lineup, I dropped $65, $70 on that bottle all day long.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're on seal box. I think they're typically $59.99. In store, they're typically $59 or $64.99. So right about that $60-$65 range. Obviously, depending on your store, it might change up a little bit, but yeah, this. I've told myself I'm done trying to chase like verticals or whatever the fuck you want to call them. But
Sure.
this is one, like the whole. You guys know I love Maker's Mark, but this whole wood finishing series, if I find it, I'll buy it. If I find it, I'll buy it, but I'm not chasing them no more. These I'm gonna keep chasing. I'm going out to find these. I'm a big fan of these Founders blend. That's basically what I got left of the first one, the 10th year or 10th anniversary. I got a couple more sips out of that one. But yeah, these Founders ones I'm a big fan of. And that 13, this year's release was fantastic.
Yeah, those were very, very good.
I got to say thank you for sending these out to us.
But yeah,
holy shit. Also,
and they're technically a blend of straight whiskey because of that infinity.
I just took a big old drink of the TPOM blind without even thinking about the fact that we haven't moved there yet. And I took it thinking that it was one of these other four, and just swigged it back. So I don't even know what it tastes like. Like I just swallowed it. But
this is the one that I did not sample.
I completely take a glass.
This motherfucker looks like it's made out of straight caramel.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. Like it's so much darker than the other ones.
Yeah.
So
it's beautiful.
I told the guys before we started recording, this has nothing to do with Chattanooga. Well, I told them it has nothing to do with these blinds. So it has nothing to do with Chattanooga. It was a bottle I picked up earlier this year. I sent it out literally the weekend after I picked it up just to see what their thoughts were on it. Just to kind of get a unadulterated opinion from these guys, what they think about it.
Now we nosed all the other four, and we were pretty close where we said they were between 90 and 110, and they were all 100 proof. So we're pretty dead on with that. This one noses
a little hotter.
Barrel strength.
It does nose a little hotter. That's for sure.
It is a little hotter.
But it is a. Oh, there's so much going on there on the nose. I mean, it's not just the heat. There's some savory, there's some citrus, there's some caramel, there's some brown sugar, there's some bread in there, some rye bread with some. So like it's almost like if you took the cinnamon sugar crystals off of cinnamon toast and put it on the rye bread. That's what I'm picking up there. Not to say that this is a rye. I'm not going down that road again because clearly, but holy shit. That nose is just, wow. That is a fantastic nose.
I just tasted it. You guys know that guy on like Twitter and shit who's like, he gets a product that looks like to be some gimmicky shit, and he slaps the screen with his credit card. Take my money.
Yeah, that is absolutely delicious. Fantastic. Holy shit!
This tastes like, to me, cinnamon toast crunch with like maybe you put a few fresh blackberries on it, and you're eating a bowl of cereal. That's what this is. It's a cinnamon toast crunch bomb. It's like dark fruitiness to it a little bit too. This is fantastic.
Wow, and that's, I would say,
that's good.
110 roughly to 115.
I would say 120. I think
maybe 120.
I think this is one that's probably higher than you think, and it doesn't drink as high as it is because it's so goddamn good.
I could see that, but I haven't been drinking today.
Adam had it spot on at first. It's 114 points. Yeah, 114.7.
Yeah, it's wow. This is whatever you've picked up that you wanted our opinion on. This is, I mean, I think you pretty much had an idea what our opinion was going to be, because all three of our palates are pretty much right there. You know, I mean, if one of us likes it, pretty much we're all going to like it. But this is fantastic. This is really fucking good. So before you tell us, let's try to guess it. Let's try to guess it in the spirit of the podcast.
I was going to say
that all together.
You want to go old school and figure it out that way?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blind, right? So why not? Why not? So first of all, is it Kentucky?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Is this a high wheat mash bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it okay. So, my first inclination is to say Makers, but I don't want to go that route. I feel like it's too obvious. We were just talking about Makers. Then again, maybe it's not. Maybe you're playing mind games over there by not saying anything.
Swing your camera over to that shelf over there on the left side of you.
Oh, there's no empty spots over there.
Yeah, that picture. Yeah.
There's the Maker's shelf.
Is it over Ove, as they would say?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's fair to use that now. They're not making that show anymore. It's been 3.5 years since they were making that show. So I think it's fair for us to carry that tradition on every now and again.
It was, over Ove to over over.
Okay, so
not so
80, 85?
Well, what? Oh, yeah. I'm thinking it's over.
Okay, so about 75, 80 bucks.
A little bit more.
Okay, so about 85, like I said in the first place.
A little more.
92.
MSRP is $95.99.
Okay. Major distillery?
Yes.
I think I know what this is, and I've never had it just because I wanted to try it. And knowing you, I think it's got a red top. And
yeah, I'm going back to Makers.
This one doesn't have a red top.
Oh no.
Okay.
Because this
is
it's a.
Is this?
It does have a red strip on it.
Is this a newer distillery that focuses on mass production?
No.
Okay.
I think this is a Maker's wheat. And didn't they do like a farm series or something where they did a wheat? That I wanted to try. And I get.
Wow.
Yep, that's the one I wanted to try.
See? No red top.
Star Hill Farms. Yeah. Okay.
So this is the
So good.
Star Hill Farms. Well, it's from the Maker's Mark Distillery from the Star Hills Farm. Their 2025 American Wheat Whiskey, 51% soft red winter wheat, 27% soft malted soft red winter wheat, and 22% malted barley.
Because I get those bubblegum cinnamon notes that I always get off of wheat whiskeys. This
one is MSRP.
Whatever else it is.
MSRP is $99. For some reason, Florida distributors fucked up, and it is MSRP of $149 in Florida. So I picked it up for $149 plus tax.
All right.
Which I wasn't mad at.
No,
I bet you weren't.
Especially since a couple of years back when we all went to Lexington, me, Jay, and Mike, Jay, and Tim stopped at Maker's Mark on the way over to Lexington.
Yeah.
And when we were in the 46 cave, I look over and they just had wheat whiskey on a barrel. And we're all looking at it, and I'm tapping Mike on the shoulder. Mike's a Maker's Mark fan too, for the most part. Well, not as much as this, but he likes Makers. And he's looked back, he's, what the fuck is that? I go, I don't know. It says wheat whiskey. So we snap a picture of it, and our tour guide goes, I can't tell you not to take a picture of it, but you're not supposed to. I said, I won't post it. So I posted it on a Maker's Mark, like a pretty big Maker's Mark Facebook page. The one of the admins sends me a message like, "Hey, we were told by Makers to take that part down. So just letting you know, we took that picture down, but the rest of your posts are up because I posted the whole thing, whatever." I said, "That's fine." I was like, to be honest with you, he told me that they didn't want it posted, but I did anyways. So that's kind of my bad. And I'm guessing this is what was in those barrels, or at least a portion of
it. Probably. That was the biggest secret at that time.
Yeah. So they have a field. So if you've ever been to Maker's Mark and you're walking out of the tasting room / check-in area, and you're walking to like the gift shop and all the rick houses and everything, on the right hand side is an open field, and that field is what they've started like experimenting in, I guess they would call it. So you have
growing grains.
Yeah, so this one obviously they didn't really experiment too much since they already used a soft red winter wheat with their makers, but they malted some of it. But I would imagine that different types of wheat would start being grown over there, so they could use it in this Star Hill farm, which is what they're, I don't know if they have it on the glass, but I think it's supposed to be their farm to glass style, even though it doesn't technically say farm to glass.
Is this the first one that's not just the regular Maker's mash bill? That's what I thought, because that's what I was remembering reading about. This is the first one that's not the Maker's mash bill. Everything else has been wood staged, but it's all the same.
Everything, it's all the same mash bill.
Really wanted to try this one, and once we kind of got to your inclination that it was high wheat, and knowing you that it was probably from Makers, that's kind of why I thought that it might be.
It's
awesome.
It's 2 mash bills, one soft red winter wheat and malted barley, and the other one is 100% malted wheat. I want to try that 100% malted wheat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to try the distillate before they put in the barrel of that 100% malted wheat.
But yeah, this one it's like
so good,
a maple or molasses style with that cinnamon sugar with that bready note on it.
There's a fruitiness in there too. I keep getting.
Yeah. I think that's
like a dark berry. That's just
I think that might be their yeast that they're using, because I get a lot of like a blackberry blueberry style.
Yeah,
on a lot of
dark berry. Yeah,
a lot of the private selections I get that off of, and sometimes depending on the batch for the cask strength, just like a little faint like blueberry blackberry note. It's got to be their yeast, but unless it's this. No, because other people use the soft red winter wheat. I don't really get it off of that, but it's got to be the yeast they're using.
Well, that's fantastic. I know we're coming up on the end of the year, and we always talk about what's our favorite pours of the year. This might be it for me.
Yeah, this one's
that's fucking awesome.
This one's really and good. It's a cool glass too. It's all like text. I don't know if it comes through, but it's all like textured, kind of like the High West barrels.
Yeah,
for bottles, and then it has this fucking. Like,
is that like ceramic?
It's almost like a marble top.
Oh,
I don't know if that comes through, but that's the fucking top hitting the damn. Yeah, it's like a stone marble style top on it. It's fucking heavy.
Yeah, I've never seen that bottle on the shelf anywhere by me. I remember reading about it when it came out, and that's what put it in my head. But I'm gonna. If I can find that on secondary somewhere, I might pay double MSRP for that bottle.
It sat on our shelves at not Total Wine, at Costco for like $149, just because that's what distributors brought it in for. I don't know why. Because if it was $99, I'd probably have 2 or 3 of these things. At $150, $155, or whatever it is after tax, this is the only one I have. I kind of wish I grabbed the second one just to kind of have, but at $99, I'd have at least 2.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, at first I was like, "Oh, this is good," and then like halfway through the first pour, I was like, "Is it good, or is it just because I know what it is?" So I kind of would drink through it a couple times, and a little over half bottle left. I'm like, "No, this is actually pretty fucking good."
that's fantastic.
Oh, it's really good.
I'm very much now looking forward to all of the Star Hill releases coming up.
And I didn't realize it until just now. Obviously, I'm inside, but you got the Chattanooga wall and the Maker's wall. Didn't plan it. I planned on sitting outside smoking a cigar, but with it downpouring and me already having 2 cigars, I was like, I don't need another one. I already kind of feel it. So I came inside and decided to do it in here, and then I just realized I have the Makers and Chattanooga wall up there behind me. So,
yeah, that's a beautiful whiskey. It's shit. Definitely be looking for that. I will.
Do we know what's coming up from Star Hill? Because this is a new lineup they're going to put out, right?
I think so. And
you need a Star Hill barrelhead then, Jerry. You need a new wall.
Yeah. Well, I got to get a second one to go with that one. But yeah, this has the instead of the standard the SIV for the 4th generation or whatever. This has you see it better there. The SVII. So 8th generation.
I.
So V with 3 I's. So Rob Samuels, which is the 8th generation, decided to put his mark on it. So that's his thing. So I think the first time that they've switched up that SIV logo too. He's just running with it.
Out of all the samples that you've sent,
oh, that one's my favorite out of those.
That's a sample bottle that's empty. I mean, 3 is the next lowest out of all the rest of them, but this is the one that's empty. And I've got a little bit in the glass still here, but it was full up to here.
Yeah.
And
that 3 is fantastic.
It is fantastic, but this pours on me sample is definitely the best out of all of these. So thank you for sharing that with us. That's not a cheap bottle, and you didn't have to do that, but we appreciate that. I speak for myself and Paul. I know Paul appreciates it.
That's one I had my eye on that I definitely wanted to try, because when a brand like Makers brings out a new mash bill
something
for
different,
release after however many years, that's something special. You got to try that. And,
we're not Makers fans like you by any stretch, but I'm not going to turn my nose up at Makers. If somebody hands me, a Makers cocktail or Makers neat or whatever the fuck, I'm going to drink it. And especially if it's like a Makers 46.
The 46 cast, and then the regular.
Right, one of the best bottles I have in the house.
Yeah,
that one, the standard 46 and the standard cast strength.
Yeah,
especially for the price.
The standard cast strength is for me. There are certain bottles that are Christmas bottles. The Makers, the 101 proof that they release every year around Christmas, that's a Christmas bottle. The Makers cast strength, because it comes in a similar box, and then certain rye whiskeys are Christmas bottles, and we're coming up on Christmas, right? We're 3 weeks away, so it's this is a great this is a new Christmas bottle for me. This is something I'll be asking for people that want to buy me bourbon for Christmas. This is a bottle I'll be looking for around Christmas for myself to go buy, just to have, because it's December 7th as of this recording, and I've never had this before, and it's absolutely fantastic. So from now on, it's something that I will be looking for around this time of year.
Yeah, that 101 Makers.
It's great.
I don't know if they blend it this way or if it's just me thinking of it, but they definitely blend it with more spices to it.
I believe that too. Yeah,
I remember trying, and it's right around the same price as the cast strength, if not a little bit more. So them calling it a limited edition, why are you gonna pick up a 101 proof when you could pick up a 109 or 112, whatever the cash strengths come out for the same price, if not more. But then you try it and you're like, there's a lot more of like that cinnamon, nutmeg, and spices in there. So
For sure. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. Like I said, Christmas. And in fact, well, I mean, I guess it's fairly coincidental that, it's kind of like getting a Craftsman tool for Christmas. They're red, right? Their company or their logo colors are red. But there's something about makers really sticking into that Christmas slot for me. There's something about, I don't know what it is. Maybe something from when I was a really little kid. I don't know. Neither one of my families, my dad's family and my mom's family, they've never been big drinkers. So I can't really say, I don't know. But there's something about makers that really sticks into Christmas for me. And that 101, that Christmas bottle that they release every year, there's something about that box. It really sticks out. And for the longest time, I didn't like Christmas for reasons that I won't get into here. But as my kids came around, for the last 12 years or so, I've really found my way back to Christmas as a holiday because it's, my kids, you know what I mean? So, that bottle just kind of adds to it because I love bourbon. I love my kids. And there's a thing right there that they release around Christmas. It just kind of adds to it. So, yeah. I will be right back. I have to go say goodnight to my daughter.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to another episode of Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes. I know this sounds a little bit different than our usual outro, and that's because we kept on rambling for almost another 2 hours, and we're releasing this as a YouTube exclusive after hours episode. So head on over to YouTube and make sure you go watch that next. As always, enjoy your whiskey and cigars responsibly. Cheers. Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes is produced by Adam Bolden, Paul Rousseau, and Jerry Ullman. Edited by Jerry Ullman. Music by Ryan Johnson. You can find all of our links on our website at bourbonbeardsandbelvederes.com and at beacons.ai/Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes. As always, enjoy your bourbon and cigars responsibly. Cheers.